Welcome to Ken Reviews. I'm Ken, Mr. I'm gonna play it so you don't have to. And this is the review for Skull and Bones.
On land, we were nothing. Outcasts, oppressed by the fat cats and rich pigs. So we chased our dreams on the lawless seas. Little did they know, we'd rather die on the ocean than live on our knees.
Thank you to Ubisoft for gifting us a copy of Skull and Bones. Let's get into it. Ahoy, mateys! Are you ready to sail the high seas, plunder some booty, and fight some scurvy dogs? Well, you might want to look elsewhere.
Time to go.
Because Skull and Bones is not quite the pirate game you've been waiting for. It's more like a pirate simulator with a story that doesn't quite live up to the expectations. Now, don't get me wrong, the game's not all bad. It does have some redeeming qualities. Skull and Bones' story is decent, but not outstanding. It follows your pirate captain in Madagascar after escaping the British Empire. The narrative spans the Indian Ocean, introducing factions like the Mughals, Portuguese, Dutch, and Chinese. Historical events and figures like the Pirate Round, Henry Avery, Zheng Yi Sao are like woven in. The tale offers engaging moments with merchants, smugglers, and rebels, exploring pirate culture and just like the history. It incorporates choices and consequences, allowing you to shape the fate of your crew, allies, and enemies. Additionally, the plot lacks originality and engagement, following a predictable and linear path driven by cliched and contrived events like betrayals, ambushes, and revelations. The story does have some flaws, notably in its voice acting. The performances often come across as unprofessional and inconsistent, with some actors sounding like they're reading from a script without any emotion or even an accent.
Live up your ass, especially when mine's on the line. Why don't you ask Captain Rassler? His bloated corpse might know the way. Now,
there are instances of some random tone and pitch changes, making the dialogue hard to follow and connect with. Voice acting doesn't sync well with the character's lip movement, resulting in awkward and unnatural cutscenes. The game's interface is clunky and confusing, with so many menus and sub-menus and not enough information or feedback. It's hard to navigate. Pun intended. And find what you're looking for. And sometimes a game doesn't even tell you what to do or where to go next. It's just free sailing. The game lets you customize your pirate with a plethora of outfit, accessories, flags, sails, and more. You can create your own pirate identity and kind of like show it off to other players online. However, it also lacks some options such as like afro styles, chain rolls, dreads, which is surprising considering that the game tries to be historically accurate and inclusive of the Black Pirate. So Ubisoft, let's do better. The game lacks some features that could have made it a lot more better, made the gameplay more fun and diverse, such as boarding other ships, sword fighting, exploring, and interacting with other characters. The game's hideout is supposed to be like your home base, where you can upgrade your ship, recruit for your crew, and like plan your next move. But this hideout is just bland, boring, very dull, as it has nothing much to do or see there. The gameplay is enjoyable and it can get addictive, but also quite repetitive and shallow. Online mode is supposed to be a fun and cooperative experience where you can team up with other players and take on missions and challenges together. However, it also like becomes a source of frustration as you have to share the resources that you loot, that you find with your teammate, even if you did most of the work. So this can lead to some unfair, unbalanced situations where you feel like, look, I put in most of the work, so I should get most of the loot instead of having those stragglers that just tag along, don't do nothing, but hey, they also get the big loot.
So tell me, what's become of my ship?
Let's balance it out, man. The game's best feature is probably the plundering, where you can attack and loot enemy ships and forts. This is where the game shines, as it offers some exciting and satisfying action with some strategic and tactical elements. You can choose how to approach your target, whether you're going to use stealth or brute force, and how to deal with enemies' defenses and reinforcement. The game does a good job of capturing the thrill of naval combat with realistic physics and tactical options. You can use the wind to your advantage, fire different types of cannons, and even ram enemy ships. The game also features a variety of ships to choose from, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Every cannon has its own weight and impact, and you can feel the difference between various types of ammunition, such as chain shot, grape shots, and the explosive ones. The ships also have different classes and different levels, which affect their speed, maneuverability, durability, and firepower. So it gives you this whole variety, and you have to choose wisely which ship to use for each mission, each challenge, and how to upgrade it with the loot that you find. The game does have some epic and intense moments when you encounter a massive fleet of enemy ships, and then you have to decide whether to fight or flee. The aiming system is intuitive and responsive, and the bolt turn is realistic, which makes it all a bit more challenging. Ubisoft did a great job in this department, as they created a realistic and immersive naval combat experience. The game looks stunning, especially the water effects and the ship models. It's clearly inspired by Assassin's Creed Black Flag, one of the best pirate games ever made. However, it also suffers from that comparison, as it fails to deliver on some of the aspects that made Black Flag great. For example, the game lacks the freedom and exploration of Black Flag, as it restricts you to a limited and linear story. It also lacks the charm and personality of Black Flag, as it was bland and has forgettable characters, a weak and predictable plot, and a dull and repetitive gameplay loop. It's a game that will probably be good for a couple of months, but unless Ubisoft are planning big rollouts, big updates to add to this game, it will be a short-lived project that could have been a lot more. It's a game with something there, just not enough. And I believe the player base would have been a lot higher if it was free to play. Content here does not warrant the price tag, unfortunately. Did you enjoy Skull and Bones? Did you feel the customization lived up to your level? What kind of updates would you like to see in this live service game? How long do you think this game's going to live on for? Does it have longevity? Should Ubisoft just remake Assassin's Creed Black Flag and expand on it? If you're enjoying these reviews and you want to see more, subscribe, get in the comments, let me know if you have any recommendations, and let me know your thoughts on this game. Until next time, all aboard!